Hi guys, welcome. This is going to be a timeless general reading. So please take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't, and remember, if I do mention a scenario or something comes up that involves another person, the roles could be reversed. So please just take that however it fits for you. Let's see what Spirit has for you guys today. Spirit, what message do you have? Here we go. First card to come out. Practice, practice, practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. So, of course, for some of you, this is going to mean practicing in regards to a skill set, as far as something that pertains to work or your career, perhaps. Maybe you're learning a new part of your work, or you're getting into a different division with your current employer, or you've been promoted or something. So if you're feeling like you don't have the confidence, just remember that with practice, the confidence will come. You'll get better as you proceed with time. For others of you, I feel like this has to do with, this is specific to personality, wanting to cultivate better personal characteristics or skill sets. I feel like some of you are really working on communication, wanting to get better with communication, especially in your interpersonal relationships. And this is just a reminder that the more often you put these new techniques and things that you're learning, the more you implement them, the easier it's going to be, and it will become your way of being. So really, this is just a reminder that you don't have to worry. You don't need to be any specific place. You don't need to be further than where you currently are. Where you're at is perfect, and the more you put the action in and work on this, the deeper that new skill set is going to become. Let's see what else. Spirit, what else do you have for us? I feel really tired today for some reason. Well, actually, it's fall here, and I live in Sedona, and today was it was kind of an odd day. It was really cool, like in the 60s, and it rained all day, like downpour. It was actually really nice and overcast. It was an enjoyable day, but definitely a day conducive to rest and napping, which I guess I needed, but I'm still just feeling really tired. Spirit, what other messages do you have for us right now? Next card to come up, Vegetarian. A new way of eating gives you more energy, greater health, clarity, and stronger manifestation abilities. Nice. So for some of you, this is just going to be a general dietary change, and you'll know which way you need to adjust or change your diet. For some of you, you're needing to cut out junk food or preservatives or things that you know are not good for you, don't support your mind, body, spirit, health, and coherence. For others specifically, this is encouraging you very loudly, be vegetarian. But I'm not a huge proponent of that. And what I've learned is that each body really is different. So you have to do what works for you, especially when it comes to diet. Just try to trust your intuition. Your gut will not steer you wrong. Like, for example, if you know that you struggle with eating dairy, or that you struggle with digesting certain meats or heavily preservative-based foods, then cut those out. It's time to remove those things. But if you have certain things that are working for you in your diet, let's say you're eating, grass-fed and finished meats, you're eating really clean, ethically sourced fishes and things like that. Fish, I just said fishes, fish. I would encourage you to stay on that if your body responds to it well. And also, sometimes even vegetables. Like, I know some people that really just have a hard time digesting vegetables. It really tears up their digestive system. It throws them out of balance. So they're needing to incorporate meats. So this isn't necessarily a call to vegetarian or veganism, but just a call to honor diet, honor what your body wants and needs right now, especially if you are going through a seasonal change like we currently are. For those of you who are watching in real time or watching during a seasonal change, it's a really good idea to change your diet with the seasons. Try to eat what is locally grown near you. Try to eat what is in season near you, because things that naturally grow in certain seasons, our bodies are built on those same similar cycles. It can also be really beneficial to research your history. I want to say there's a genetic you know, there's a genetic factor that comes into play when it comes to diet, right? Like certain families and areas of the world, if you're from certain bloodlines, there are certain foods that your body's going to better respond to. So that may be something you're being called to look into or research. Yeah, I didn't expect that much to come through just on a dietary change, but it did. So it is what it is. Let's see, what else do you have, Spirit? What other messages do you have for us today? What general messages do you have for those tuning in or those that will tune in? Spirit, God, guides. Too many came out that time. Keep shuffling. God, guides, angels, what else do you have for us? I have a ton coming out. You know, it's interesting. Some of these cards are really sticking a little bit. And again, with the rain, like it feels a little bit humid in my house today. Like that's changing the cards. Let me pull from a different deck. God, guides, angels. What else can you tell us? What other messages are those viewing needing to see right now? There we go. It's much better. Okay, so actually this came out in reverse. Grounding. Grounding, but it's come out in reverse. So this is letting you know that some of you guys are really feeling untethered. You're feeling out of balance. You're feeling like you're not grounded right now. Or, yeah, so this could go one of two ways. Or you could be perhaps, I don't want to say too grounded, but needing to have more of a balance between things that are grounding and spiritual work, right? Mind, body, spirit coherence. So for those of you who are, you know, feeling really anchored to the earth, to reality right now, that can be a really good thing. But if it's something that is causing you stress or anxiety, especially with what is going on globally right now, you're being called to work more with your spiritual side and spiritual self. Work with your guides, work with your ancestors, work with the divine team and whoever you resonate with on the divine team, whether that's the ascended masters, the archangels, gods and goddesses, but you're definitely being called to find balance here. You're off balance. And then for those of you that are, you know, spending a lot of time in meditation and working with the spiritual realm and working with your spiritual self inside, that can be really, that's a wonderful thing. But again, you're needing balance. It's important to stay grounded and tethered and anchored to the physical world here, because you know, it's interesting. I see a lot of people in the spiritual community that they get really wrapped up and taken into the spiritual side of things. And they're, you know, they're doing astral projection and they're meditating for like 10, 15 hours a day. And while I do think those things are beneficial to an extent, you know, you have to remember, if we're experiencing this physical life, we came here in this body to have this physical experience, and the things that we can only experience with the physical body for a reason. So if you are indulging more in spiritual things and you don't have a balance, I think you're missing out on a huge opportunity of what we came here to learn. Okay, next card. This one jumped out too. This one actually came right side up. Rebirth. And this one has come up again. This one's come up recently. There's a rebirth that's happening, right? There's a new you. It's a new time for you. This is a renaissance. So perhaps you're going through a time where you are, you know, you're working on this practicing, putting this new way of communicating, this new way of being into practice, this new dietary change that's coming up. Some of you, I feel like, are wanting to change your aesthetic as well, change how you look, how you present yourself in the world, wanting to present in a way that is truer to self, honor self. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a really good thing to be doing. You're definitely encouraged to do that. Even make a list of different areas of life that you're wanting to kind of restructure. Write out what those different changes are that you're wanting and have a plan that you can put into action so that it becomes enjoyable for you. These are great cards to come up. Next, I'm going to see what other messages from the universe you guys have. God, guides, angels, spirit, ancestors, what can you show us? Here we go. Don't let people suck the air out of your spirit. So I feel like some of you are going to be, of course, facing challenges with implementing and introducing these new changes, because the people that are currently in your circle or used to seeing you, they're used to seeing you show up a certain way, communicate a certain way, present a certain way, interact a certain way. And now that you're not doing that, they're probably not going to like it. Even if it's something good for you, there are going to be some people that don't like that change. Even if you know it's a change that's for your highest good, for your growth, your ascension, your growth, your evolution, not everyone's going to be supportive of that, and that's okay. Especially if these are people that are not somewhere that you're, aspiring to be. Let's say it's someone that is not happy with their own life or is not presenting their true, authentic, genuine self in their connections, in how they show up in the world. You're going to face a little bit of adversity and probably some pushback from those people, but it's important. Don't let these people take the wind out of your sails. Just remember that you're being guided by your higher self, your intuition, the part of you, the deeper part of you that has that knowing that you came here to do those things, make those changes, and always be growing. So try not to let people that are stagnant and stuck in ways that are not fulfilling and servicing and conducive to growth for them. Don't let those people get in your head and stunt your growth as well. Let's see what else. Spirit, what else can you tell us here? What else can you do to add to this read? Next card. The wheel will turn in your favor. Keep going. So if you're currently in your process with some of these things and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, when are things going to turn? Like, let's say, for example, you're starting to communicate differently. You're starting to show up differently. You're starting to make these changes, but perhaps they're not being... you're not being responded to in the way that you're expecting or the way that you were hoping by this point. Sometimes things are in, divine timing. That's a real thing. It might not be time yet. You might need more time to just be in that place of gratitude for the changes you've made with yourself. And I feel like that will happen so that you're not needing the validation from others. It'll be nice to get it. Like, once you do get that recognition, you'll appreciate it, you'll have gratitude for it, but it won't be necessary for you to be feeling good, because you'll already be coming from a place of fulfillment and self-gratitude and self-love before other people start to notice. So if you're currently in the phases where you're like, I've made all these changes, why isn't anyone noticing? No one's responding to me differently. That's okay, keep going. You're meant to just settle back into the gratitude for self, that you've made the change, that you're wanting to grow, that you're doing something differently, that you're committing to it, and not committing to the process, but committing to self and that self-love. Sorry, the messages are coming in really fast tonight for some reason. Yeah. My channel, Spirit has a lot to say. They talk more than I do, if that's even possible. Spirit, what else do you have for us? This one came up. To rise, you must let go of fear. So if you're wanting to ascend, you're wanting to grow, you have to let go of those fearful, limiting beliefs and thoughts that are holding you back, that are keeping you in those lower vibrational energies, that are attracting those people that are not, on the rise, on their own spiritual growth path. So try to release those fears. And the way to release them, it's not to say I'm not fearful. You want to try to integrate that fear. The part of you that's fearful, love that part of yourself. Love every single part of yourself. Acknowledge it. Don't ignore it. Acknowledge it, and then try to integrate it. Acknowledge, like, there's a part of me that's very fearful, and here's why I'm fearful. I love that part of me. And I'm wanting to feel confident. I'm wanting to feel excited. I'm wanting to feel, I'm choosing to feel excited. I'm choosing to feel confident. I am choosing to acknowledge the fear, but move through it and take the action anyway. Next. I'm gonna pull from, I can find it. Let's see what you guys are needing as far as self-care. Spirit, show us specifically what self-care message we're needing. Set boundaries. Setting boundaries in your life is a great way to put yourself first. So important to set boundaries. It's so important to especially, lay out what your boundaries are for self. A lot of us will say, well, this person's not respecting my boundaries, or they're not hearing me. when we haven't actually laid out the boundaries even clearly for ourselves. So get clear on what your boundaries are. And these boundaries can be, boundaries are not always a bad thing. Or not always needing to be put in place because of bad things is what I mean to say. So for example, it's interesting because I was just talking with someone about this today. Boundaries are something that you can have in place to prevent things from going to a sour or a bad place or a challenging place that you're needing to navigate through. So for example, in a relationship, you don't have to wait for someone to do something that isn't permissible or acceptable to you. If you know what the boundary is and you set it and you explain it prior, then you're going to have less incidents where it becomes turbulent or you have miscommunication or you have a difficult time. So for example, if you're someone who you tend to overcommit or overgive your time into a relationship, next time you're going into a relationship, or if you're starting something new or you're wanting to change how you're showing up in this current relationship, it's important that you say, I've noticed that I'm over investing here. Not that this isn't worthy of my investment, but I need to be taking more of that time for myself. And I'm wanting to do that for myself, but also I know that it will lead to more peace and harmony and love in our relationship and our connection. And I really am wanting for that. So I'm needing to make sure I'm investing, the bulk of my time into myself, my endeavors, things that make me feel good. Because if I'm feeling good with myself and I'm enjoying things of my own, I can show up as my best self during our time together. And that's what I really want for you. And you deserve to get the best of me. So just, and boundaries could also be, for those of you that are working, if you're a business owner and you have people contacting you all hours of the day, you have emails all hours of the day that you're checking. This is also pertaining to setting boundaries for yourself, against yourself, kind of, like having parameters on your phone setting it up if you need to, if you're not disciplined enough yet, that you don't access the phone at certain times of the day, or you really commit to time with family, time with self, time for extracurricular activities or hobbies and things that make you feel good. Boundaries, putting boundaries in place for yourself as well can be a really good thing and will really help you to just be feeling like, again, you're more grounded, you have more of a balance in life. Okay. Let's pull more from the self-care. Spirit, show us what other self-care actions viewers are needing. Create a routine. Having a routine helps you limit procrastination and gives you structure. Having a routine can also be a good way to set boundaries, committing to certain times of the day for certain things. Having a routine with diet as well for some of you is going to help, especially for someone that you're feeling like you need to make some changes to your diet, but your body, you think responds pretty well to the things that you're consuming, or you're eating pretty healthily. This can also be referring to the times that you're eating. I feel like someone specifically is eating late night. Your digestion takes hours to digest your food. So if you're eating close to bedtime, that's really going to interfere with your sleep. It's going to interfere with your performance and your waking life. So that can be one of the self boundaries you set. I'm not going to eat past such and such a time. Like, let's say you go to bed at 10. I'm not going to eat past 6:30. I would say give yourself a minimum of 3 hours of like upright awakened time before you go to bed. Let that be your last meal. Last meal of the day. Creating routine. Also came out, dream big, live your dream, never give up on your dreams, dare to live the adventure. Not that you need permission, but I do feel like some of you, you're waiting for someone to give you permission to say it's okay to dream that big. It's okay to embark on this, this endeavor. It's okay to start this. Spirit's telling you it's okay to start this. It's time to start this. You came here to do this. Whatever your dreams and goals are, that's what you're meant to be doing. And by creating a routine, setting boundaries, letting go of that fear, putting things into practice, grounding, making sure you have a balance, not listening to others, knowing the wheel is going to turn in your favor. Those are the things that are going to support this dream coming into fruition and being something real and tangible here in the physical world for you. see what else I have. I think I'm just going to pull one more. Spirit, what else can we add to this reading? Okay, here we go. Nutmeg, luck. Luck is on your side. You're seeing that luck is on your side here. You're fully supported. Luck is a beautiful thing, but what's great as well is that, you know, just setting the intention. You are supported. You're divinely supported. You can utilize spirit. You can utilize those, you know, in the spirit world to really help you. That's what makes you know, lucky to even be here. You are lucky. Luck is on your side. If you were given human life and human experience, you're already one of the chosen ones to be here, to have this opportunity to enjoy the physical world, do things we can only experience here on the physical part of our journey. You're already so blessed. So this is a reminder that, you know, luck is on your side, but also it always has been from the moment you were born, from the moment you were chosen to come here. And just remembering that it's such a privilege to be here. I always think to myself, you know, having this life, there are souls lined up waiting to come here to the physical world. And we have one of those spots. What are you going to do with it? You know, there are souls that cannot wait to reincarnate so that they can come back here. But there's like this huge waiting line, and they're looking down on us like, oh my gosh, if I had what they had, the opportunity, I'd be doing this, that, and the other. That's what you came here for. You are so lucky. You are so fortunate. You know, if you get the experience of physical life here on earth, especially right now, luck is on your side. You are divinely chosen, guided, and fully supported. Okay. That's what I have for you guys today. I really hope that some of this did resonate with you. If it did and you're watching, please give a thumbs up if you happen to like the video, if you like my content. Any feedback you could give in the comments, I would really appreciate as well. Wherever you guys are tuning in from, whatever time of day, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next reading.